P-ball breakdown from 3 weeks ago. Can NBA players dominate in the Euroleague? Interesting question, because when we had DKM on playback, I don't know if y'all have seen the clip. I thought it was a funny clip. I didn't think it was that serious, but a lot of y'all took it seriously. DKM was very big on the fact that, some of these EuroLeague players, whether you like it or not, will actually succeed even more in the NBA because it's easier to get numbers in the NBA. But this video is asking the opposite. And I think the conversation is essentially just about how good is the EuroLeague. Like, there's this perception that, like, if you're not in the NBA, or if you're in the NBA, you can just dominate any other league because the NBA is the best of the best. So if you can, like a mid-NBA player would average 30 overseas. But I think what people don't realize is, number one, overseas is hella encompassing. Like, it's too much of a vague term. Overseas accounts for the Japanese league, the Puerto Rican league, the Euroleague, the Spain league. Like, there's so many other leagues. The NBL, there's so many, the PBA, so many other leagues overseas. So, yeah, if you can dominate in the PBA, but that doesn't mean you're going to dominate in the EuroLeague, because those are two different leagues. But specifically in the EuroLeague, there has been this discussion about, like, motherfuckers are underrating how good EuroLeague play is as a whole, and their players. Like, shit is not sweet over there. Like, the game is just different. And Luka's even went on a podcast before saying, it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in the EuroLeague. So, but let's go to watch this video, man.
It's always fun to check in on what's happening in the EuroLeague, especially when it's ex-NBA players who have extended their careers by integrating themselves into a completely different style of play. Kemba Walker is out there for AS Monaco, and in limited minutes, he's trying to fit in while also reminding us of his mid-range game that earned him 4 seasons as an NBA All-Star. The handoff out top is designed to get Walker's man chasing so that the ball screen can take him out of the play. While the screen was slow to materialize, check how Kemba throws the ball out in front to split the defenders, forcing full scramble mode and a beautiful dish for the reverse. I like this set as Kemba cuts through, and while the handoff into ball screen is happening out top, Walker gets a pin down on the weak side. Dribble penetration sucks his man into the paint, leaving him wide open for his classic hop into a 3-point bucket. As an aside, I noticed Kemba getting in his...
I don't think it's a talent thing, Nolan. I don't think it's a talent thing. I think this is a conversation about styles of play and how teams play. Because from that video I was watching the other day on stream, and I think the clip is already out, like, EuroLeague basketball and specifically EuroLeague basketball, they just move the ball around so fucking much. So Steph Curry, by nature, just isn't going to get as high of a usage rate in the EuroLeague than he is in the NBA, because that's just not how teams play. So the 30 you're seeing from Steph Curry, that might be 24 in the EuroLeague. Not that his talent got any better or worse, but from a numbers perspective, the 30 and 7 we're used to from Steph Curry is probably going to be 23, 24, and 4 in the EuroLeague. The 30, 13, and 8 we're used to from Jokic, that might be closer to 19, 10, and 6. You know what I'm saying? But
assist to John Brown, but you might have a reaction when you see this jumper. Whoa, that thing gets all the way behind his head before being catapulted to the rim, and in case you're wondering, yeah, he does it on his threes too, and thankfully doesn't take very many. On to FC Barcelona, where Jabari Parker resumes his career after finishing in the NBA with the Celtics 2 years ago. I like how he lets the ball float in front of him to allow him extra steps until he's ready to gather and finger roll over the front of the rim. Watch how he uses that type of dribble to fake out the defender in the open court. The delayed gather causes the defense to think he's shooting it right away, but it just allows him an extra and legal step around the man for another finish. Now let's look at Barcelona's offense. The initial action is just a setup as Parker backscreens Para before receiving the pass. They're looking to pin down for Abrinas, so he'll have a step on his man coming into the handoff above the left elbow. I love how Parker's man focuses on Abrinas for a second, which gives him enough room to flare off the Hernan Gomez screen. While he's not going to beat Medi off the dribble, all he needed was some room to attack before nailing a nice turnaround midi. Next up is our old friend Serge Ibaka, who's
Chat, who do y'all think is some players right now that would struggle in the Euroleague? Just off of the fact that these, like, they just don't know how to move off ball. Because I swear to God, like, I think to succeed in the Euroleague, you need to be a really good off-ball mover. And Nola hit it right on the money. I think, if there's one player in the league right now that I don't think his game will translate at all, James Harden. James Harden is one. Ja's another good one. Chat saying Ja. I think Ja's another good one. Trae Young. I think Trae Young is decent enough off ball, and he has the shooting capabilities to be fine in the EuroLeague. Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown will be fine. How would Harden not translate? I'm speaking from the perspective of he just doesn't move off ball. And if you just based off of what we're watching right now and what I know of the EuroLeague, moving off the ball, consistent off ball movement, cutting, running around screens, dribble handoffs, like these are things that just are prevalent in every single EuroLeague team. So the James Harden that we know, it just wouldn't be the same thing at the very least. Like he would have to change his game up like crazy, willing to make the extra pass type shit. So
putting in work with
Curry
Bayern Munich,
translate.
setting a ton of screens that allow him deep low post position. In the NBA, he never showed off his passing skills much, but after taking his time to survey the landscape, the nice skip to the corner earns him an assist for three. Out of horns, watch how the strong side elbow player steps up the ball screen and then gets the flare from Ibaka. If that's not open, Serge continues his momentum to set the inside ball screen. Defenses in Europe still like to hedge these, meaning Ibaka gets a free roll to the block.
Damn,
and I mean both feet in the paint on the catch. He's only got 3 seconds in there and uses them all for the easy jump hook. This was an interesting set. After the pin down, he releases to the weak side high post. The inside ball screen is set in the left wing, but it's misdirection to lure Ibaka's man to hover in the lane and open the pass to Ibaka. We get blind pig action as the guard out top cuts off for the handoff into nice hop for the three. And the rest of the EuroLeague has been quickly introduced to Serge Ibaka, as he's been returning shots both as a primary defender and as help rotator. No shot in the lane is safe when he's controlling the paint, so I expect teams to attempt less short shots when he's in there. In case you were wondering what happened to Frank the Tank Kaminsky, after a cup of coffee with the Rockets last year, he landed in Belgrade playing for Partizan. And I love how this baseline out of bounds turns into a Spain pick and roll. Check the inbounder pretending to screen for the corner, then quickly moving up to backscreen Kaminsky's.
It's so interesting, our perception of NBA players' careers, because we view these players as motherfuckers who are washed, right? Motherfuckers that failed in the NBA. So, hey, you got to go somewhere else because you can't make it in the big leagues. But at the end of the day, specifically if you make it in the EuroLeague, yo, bro, you love basketball. You're still doing that shit for a living, making millions of dollars a year. And if anything, you're getting more touches in the EuroLeague because of the fact that you're probably more valuable to those teams. I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Cause even Dwight, that motherfucker playing in Taiwan now, ha. Yo, bro, and I understand there's levels to it, and even for Dwight, like, it might not be what he's used to, but bro is still getting paid $600,000 a year. Let's say on the low end, $600,000. Yo, you know what I would do with $600,000 a year, let alone in a southeastern country, boy, man. Y'all see y'all taking this moving in Puerto Rico? Let me chill. Hey, let me chill, man. Let me chill. Yeah, like that's a good lifestyle right there, bro. That's a good lifestyle right there. I think Dwight's chilling. And that shouldn't be looked down upon, you know?
Man, as a result, no one is there to stop Frank from franking. They run the same play after bringing the ball up. Despite confusion from Kevin Punter, and with a name like that, I get why, there's the back screen of Kaminsky's man again. This time they do get help rotation, but it's ineffective. I liked Partizan's offense the most, since it's led by coaching legend Zeljko Obradovic, and they get a quick pick and pop to Frank out top. Normally, you'd see this handoff.
Those folks on the strip in Colombia wouldn't be able to contain me with $600K a year. Yo, freak a mink, man. Nah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I know there's some freak of minks on my Twitch chat. The freak of minks are definitely on YouTube. There's just a bigger sample size, man. Freak of mink. What the fuck?
Go to the guy in the corner, but instead it's Andjusic who gets into the two-man game. Notice how Kaminsky almost always shot fakes on his catches on the perimeter. This gets him into the...
Oh, I thought TTS was going to happen. Can you unmute me in the Discord? Larry's being a hater. What's going on in the Discord? What's going on in the Discord? Hold on.
The lane for the nifty shovel pass off the nice backdoor cut and finish by Avramovic.
I don't even see
Another
him.
clever baseline out of bounds play. Notice how three guys are clumped in front of the ball before Frank pops out. Then the other two go in opposite directions. This is actually a version of Spain pick and roll as the inbounder screens Frank's man and he rolls free to the rim. What's fascinating about the Euroleague is how the leading scorer can play like a role player.
Nah, Larry's in my chat right now. This is crazy.
Remember Nicola Mitrovic? After having a decent NBA career, he's now leading the Euroleague, essentially playing like the old man at the YMCA. He posts up a lot and somehow flips these shots up and in from under the rim, and then has a very mature...
Hey, Nicola Mitrovic was cold, bro. I don't know. I don't know if y'all were there when he was on the Pelicans, specifically against the Blazers. Man, that dude Mitrovic was looking like prime Clay out there, man. He was looking like Larry Bird out there, man. Nicola Mitrovic is a dog.
Catch and shoot three-point game where you cannot leave him open for a second or he will burn you every time. So stay tuned for more EuroLeague content this season as we check in with American players, the crazy things they're doing offensively and defensively, and how these teams stack up to their counterparts in the NBA.
I think dominate is kind of stretching it. And I do think this video doesn't really tackle, I think, what people ask for in this conversation. Because the conversation people typically have is like, man, what would Allen Iverson do in the EuroLeague? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think there's definitely, if you're a player that can play off ball, have proven within your career that you can play within a system, and you're skilled, you can pass the ball, you can shoot, you can put the ball on the floor. I think you're a player that can succeed in the EuroLeague. Absolutely. But if you're a dude that you need the ball in your hands to dominate, and shout out to Spud Sports for the 5 bits. But if you're a dude that needs the ball in your hand to dominate like crazy, and you can't really operate without the ball in your hand like crazy, then it's kind of like, yeah. I think AI would translate to. I think AI would translate to. I think its off-ball movement gets underplayed a lot.